Hi all, I am T. Shakti, Assistant Professor of IT Department in Hindustan College of Engineering and Technology. In this video, we are going to learn about Introduction to Data Warehouse. In this video, we are going to learn the need for data warehouse, what a data warehouse is, and what is the process of data warehousing, and an example of data warehouse and the benefits of data warehousing. Need for data warehouse. To answer this question, the foremost answer which comes into our mind is business analysis. Because in business, we have been posed with so many questions like which are our lowest, highest margin of customers, who are our most valued customers and what product they are buying, which customers are most likely to go to use competitions, and which impacts will new product service have on a revenue and margin, what product promotion have the biggest impact on the revenue, and what is the most effective distribution channel, right? So in a business, we are in need to answer all these questions. To answer all these questions, we have to get into a process called data warehousing. So we have understood the basic need, that is the business analysis, right? So in addition to answering all these questions, the data we have has not been formatted because we have data everywhere. Almost our real world scenario consists of millions and trillions of data. With that, the business people will not be able to find the data they need, right? Because the data is scattered over the network and every data has different versions and they are in different formats. And we cannot get the data we need exactly because we need an expert system to get the data. And even if we get the data, we will not be able to understand what the data contains because it might be a poorly documented one. And and even if we have a proper data, we will not be able to use the data what we have found because we have to get the proper result. What is the analysis of that particular data, right? So like that, everything has to be formatted and has to be represented in a proper format so that the end users will be in a situation to clearly understand what they are supposed to do, right? So for that, the data has to be transformed from one form to another in a very understandable format. For that, we are in need of a data warehouse. So let us see what is a data warehouse. A data warehouse is going to be a collection of data from various sources. We can say a data warehouse to be a single, complete and consistent store of data obtained from a variety of different sources made available to end users in a way that can understand in and use it in a business context. To put it simple, data warehousing. Data warehousing, it is going to be a process of transforming data into information, making it available to users in a timely enough manner to make a difference. So let us see few more definitions of data warehouse. A data warehouse can be called as a collection of software tools that facilitates analysis of a large set of business data used to help an organization make decisions. Data comes from heterogeneous sources, and a data warehouse is mainly a database management system that's designed to enable and support business intelligence activities. Mainly, the business intelligence activities are being used for analyzing, reporting, and based on that report, they'll be going on with some business strategies. So we have already understood about what a data warehousing is. It is going to be a process of creating data warehouse to store a large amount of data. That is what is called as a data warehousing. Using data warehousing, it is easier for company decision makers to obtain insights that will help the business and promoting marketing tactics that set them aside from other companies. They'll be able to make good strategic decisions, and with the help of that, they'll be having very high performance time and they'll be able to get the historical data as well as maintain consistency. We have many definitions for data warehouse. A decision support database that is maintained separately from an organizational operational database, support information processing by providing a solid platform of consolidated historical data for analysis. But the formal definition is a data warehouse is a subject-oriented, integrated, time variant of data in support of management's decision-making process. Let us see why a data warehouse is termed as subject oriented. Because in data warehouse, the things are being organized around major subjects such as customer, products and sales, focusing on the modeling and analysis of data for decision makers and not on daily operations or transactional processing. It provides a simple and concise view around particular subject issues by excluding data that are not useful in the decision making support process. In operational applications, we normally make use of all the transactional kinds of things like order processing, customer billing, consumer billing, or something like servicing, accounting. All these things will be taken into account. But in data warehouse, we consider everything to be a subject over here. The next key term in data warehouse definition is integrated. By the name, we can understand that the data warehouse has been constructed by integrating multiple heterogeneous data sources. The data sources may be from a relational database, flat files, or online transactional records. Data cleaning and data integration techniques are applied so that we can integrate all the data together to form a complete data warehouse. While doing this, we have to ensure consistency in naming convention, encoding structures, attribute measures from different data sources. Example, hotel price. In some databases, hotel price may be represented in terms of currency, tax, breakfast covered, etc. Right? So everything has to be integrated and it has to be represented in a single format. When data is moved to the data warehouse, the conversion will be taking place over there. The next important key point in defining data warehouse is time variant. The time horizon for a data warehouse is significantly longer than that of operational system. In operational database, it stores the current value data. But when it comes into data warehouse data, it provides information from a historical perspective. Every key structure in the data warehouse contains an element of time explicitly or implicitly. But the key of the operational data may or may not contain a time element. The next key term is non-volatile. A physically separate store of data transformed from the operational environment has been stored in the data warehouse. So it will always be available in the data warehouse. So that is why it has been termed as non-volatile. But when it comes to operational database, update of data occurs frequently over there. But in data warehouse, it does not require transaction processing, recovery and concurrency control mechanisms because there is no update of data. It requires only two main operations in data accessing. One is initial loading of data and second one is after loading the accessing of data. So here let us see how the organizations are making use of the information from the data warehouse. Mainly they make use of these informations to support decision making activities for their business. They will be doing this to increase customer focus, to fine tune production strategies, analyzing operations and looking for source of profit, and managing customer relationship, making environmental corrections and managing the cost of corporate assets. Let us see the scenario where we are in need of a data warehouse. Let us take for an example, All Electronics is a successful international company with branches all over the world. The president of that company has asked to provide an analysis of the company's sales per item type per branch for the third quarter. As the company is widespread, it has so many branches and it contains many types of items. So from that, they have to get a report. Right? So for taking this report, they have to integrate the data from various branches and the integrated data has to be analyzed to provide the result. So for doing this, we are in need of a data warehouse. So to facilitate the decision making, the data in a data warehouse are organized around major subjects, right? So as the president is in need of what is the particular item that has been sold in that particular branch, which is having a maximum customer base, right? So here the things has been that is the major subjects which has been taken into account are customer, item, supplier and activity. The data are stored to provide information from a historical perspective such as in the past 6 to 12 months and then they are typically summarized. For example, rather than storing the details of each sales transaction, the data warehouse may store a summary of the transaction per item type for each store or summarized to a higher level for each sales region. Right? Either it can be summarized in terms of branch, and after that it can be summarized to a higher level of regions. So this is what is the pictorial representation of a data warehouse, where we have data sources from different places, like 4 branches over here. So all the data sources from these 4 branches has to be cleaned, integrated, transformed, and then it has to be loaded into the data warehouse. At some particular period of time, the data has to be refreshed from all the 4 databases. And the data warehouse, from the data warehouse, many kinds of query and analysis tools will be applied, so that the effective or the useful information will be provided to the customer. So with this diagram, you can understand a clear picture of what a data warehouse output is going to be. So here the data has been combined from various data sources into a data warehouse, and by making use of various analysis and reporting tools, various business intelligence activities like operational analytical reports, interactive query reporting, or just exporting the data to an Excel or PDF, these kind of things can be done, through which they'll be able to do some business strategies. Getting into the benefits of data warehouse. The main thing is we'll be able to maintain data quality and consistency, and then we'll be able to combine data from diverse sources, eliminate data silos, enable business automation. We'll be able to know more about our customers, gain historical intelligence of our business activity, and increase the data security. I hope through this video you might have got an insight into what a data warehouse is, and what is the need for going for a data warehouse, and how the data warehousing is being performed, and the benefits of making use of a data warehouse. Thank you.